Grim economic reality is biting the defence sector.
We're in a shrinking area, and that is just a fact of life, and you can see it in that the militaries are getting smaller. You can see it in that the ministries of defence are getting smaller. You can see it in that the defence industry is getting smaller. This is a fundamental fact.
Even in the United States, when you look at things like sequestration or recent government shutdown, budgets are driving the capabilities that we can afford. So you have to think differently.
This thinking differently will have to overcome some heavily ingrained practices, and these include barriers between the EU and US defence companies.
We've partnered with several large European companies to sell products in other countries, and they're always enthusiastic, but at the last minute they say, well, I still have to check with my government.
Every country's number one defence customer is its home market. Without a home flag on your product, it's virtually impossible to take it anywhere else. The export market demands that.
One development which could help bring the US and defence companies closer together is the new Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, or TTIP.
The Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership is one that, even though the World Trade Organization excludes defense, that's a national prerogative, as does TTIP, TTIP will create a favorable environment, an umbrella under which even defense will be able to foster a better relationship.
I think we've got to still find a way to continue to reduce some barriers. They're not invisible, they're definitely there, and we can work harder to do that.
But what about the US's famous pivot to Asia? How does this play into the transatlantic relationship?
Well, there's a lot to be said about pivoting from Europe. I'm a basketball fan, so when someone says pivot, I always look to make sure to see if they actually have an anchor, and for defense industry, and certainly also for the United States. Europe is our anchor. The success and underpinnings of smart defense is predicated on transatlantic relations and Europe and the United States.
And indeed, there is evidence that the relationship is actually stronger than some may think, either through desire or necessity.
For an American company like Boeing to move into the European environment, it's imperative that you partner with companies. We can't go hardly anywhere in Europe without having somebody else be the leader, whether it's a Thales or it's a BAE or it's a small company in Poland or in Italy.
Of the 6 partners that we have here in Europe, all have components, pieces, and participation in every F-35 that flies today.
So why do the barriers remain such an obstacle?
When you have special technology, whether it's us or Germany or Italy or France or whoever, you've got to put the right walls around that special technology. But I think most of us still tend to protect too much, but there are a lot of other things that we could much more easily and transparently deal with friends and allies.